Let's say hi to Mohr Cox. Jay.
Jay Mohr Cox.
Jay Mohr Cox.
Hysterical line yesterday.
I called in like an hour ago.
I know, and we spent too much time. We promised we wouldn't spend too much time on that today, but
now the percentage went up.
The percentage went way up.
Oh, boy. The percentage is way up now.
How many minutes communicate from Hawk?
It was over 30 minutes.
I think we're talking about 12, 13% of the show today now.
It'll be 12.5% of today's show, but as far as the week goes, it'll still be way down.
Bring the average down?
Yeah, the week will bring the average way down. So, what's up, Jay Mohr?
You guys are the best. You do the best radio. So, if you got to, people don't realize that this guy had a gag order on you guys for years. You couldn't even say his goddamn initials. So there's a little pent up anger when you see this guy lying. But
that's what's amazing about that, because he tries to make believe he didn't do the gag order, and it's like, why are these guys talking about me? Why? We're getting some shit off our chest.
Yeah, sorry if we were gagged for 5 years and couldn't utter a word about you under threat of firing.
Yeah, if you were so great at radio, why didn't you just take us on head-to-head when you had the chance?
Yeah, instead of running to
Because you knew damn
Mel.
well you didn't have a shot. You didn't have the fight left in you.
Running to Mel Karmazin crying to shut us up. Well, now you can't shut us up, and that's why we're talking about you. That's the only reason.
I was there, I remember, and I would always try to break your balls by saying his name, and you guys had to dump out until freaking Van Halen came on.
We didn't even dump out because we're like, you know what, we're not dumping, and that's why
It was the guy in the dump room.
They actually hired guys in a dump room that was like a little closet, and then the program director and the general manager had their own dump buttons.
Yep.
We refused to dump out of it. That was the problem.
That's where Jimmy takes prostitutes, the dump room.
That's not true, Jay.
Dump room.
That was very
fucker in the
hurtful.
dump room.
That's stereotypical and hurtful.
Yeah, and everyone knows it was the Ron and Fez office.
That's right, or the bathroom.
It may be stereotypical, and I thought it was a little funnier than the reaction I got.
Ooh. I did bend a girl over one time in the bathroom, and I remember Opie's on the air going, "Where's Jimmy?" And Jimmy was balls deep in a stripper.
By the way, we do try to stick with the facts. E-Rock just handed me something, and Jay, I think you'll find this interesting. You might have been in studio this day back at the old...
SportsIllustrated.com. My article's up now.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Hold on a minute. We got audio of the actual gag order in progress.
All right.
This is actual tape from our old show.
Jesus.
And this is where, we couldn't say his name, and we're like, you know what the fuck? So, Anthony, actually, I think you lost your mind here and just started repeating his name over and over again.
Yeah.
Let's go to the audio from the old days.
Mm-hmm. But I want to be able to give my opinions on what Ant and I do, maybe the business in general, maybe some of the other shows that are out there.
Right.
That's what I want to do. I want to be able to react and speak my mind. But when it comes
the same freedoms that are given to those very shows, too, by the way.
And I want to play by the same rules.
Uh-huh.
I want to be able to mention that.
Right.
I want to be able to mention that.
Why be singled out?
Yeah, we couldn't play by the same rules, is what I'm getting at from this tape about.
And look about how we had to say other shows.
Other shows.
We mean that other show.
We couldn't believe that.
We mean the Howard Stern show.
We couldn't believe they were tying our hands behind our back.
Yeah.
Driving in today, I heard allowed to. Why?
I don't know.
I just want to play by the same rules.
Yeah, that was a dump.
Not even bashing.
But I guess we're so powerful that we have a whole different set of rules, Anthony.
Not even off. And if you really think for a second about this whole thing, and there are people out there that say, oh, there was never a gag order. Why on earth would we talk like this if there wasn't a gag order? And why would we be covering things up and skating the issue and not saying his name if there wasn't a gag order in place?
And we said something in this tape they dumped out of, by the way.
Yeah,
you'll hear the show kind of jump, because that's when you dump. Just to explain this for the newbies out there, if you in commercial radio, if you dump something on a radio show, you don't just dump that word. It takes like 5, 6, 7 seconds of the show away.
You'll hear something like, so I was in the store and this guy kept,
yeah, what happened? Yeah. So listen closely.
Not even bashing, just talking about it. Yeah, there you go.
Now they dumped out.
So you won't hear that because they've been dumped out of.
There you go. Point made. They dumped out.
Yeah.
All right, Ant. Let's go waste 4 hours.
Gonna have some fun.
We'll waste 4 more hours.
Can be great.
Yells or screams. Might as well save your breath.
Shouldn't be any yelling. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Just saying the name. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Baba Booey. Howard Stern. 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 Don and Mike. Don and Mike. Don and Mike.
Oh, yeah,
Stern. Don and Mike. Opie and Anthony. Oh, that's us. Opie and Anthony. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Stern. How's that stacking up? Can he dump out of it? Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Are we on the air? Howard Stern.
I don't know.
Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. I can't say it anymore. It's like a tongue twister. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Stern. Howard. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. That made up for about a week.
All right. We'll take a break.
Don Imus. Oh.
Stupid Ben.
That's
laughing.
funny.
But
You hear they're dumping. They ran out of dump.
then they ran out of dump, and all the Howard Sterns got through. That caused problems too back in the day. Anyway, it's all about Jay Mohr. I'm sorry, Jay.
Oh, I don't care.
Jay Mohr.
Jay Mohr. More
Little Jimmy, Hawk.
So I hear, Jay, that off the subject, you're very pissed off today.
No.
Something about the message boards?
Oh, no, I just posted one thing calling a guy a moron. I'm not mad at
Oh, okay.
I'm not mad. I'm the happiest guy in the world. Come on.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a problem. I'm just making sure you're all right.
No, some guy called me a worm and said that she had a big fat ass. And I wrote, well, let her down easy about the big fat ass. You douchebag.
You gotta love the message board people, huh?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. That's a big fat ass. Her ass is bigger. I don't know. I'm not mad at all. I called because I downloaded that Japanese chick getting shit on last night.
Oh, yeah, that is harsh.
You know, I thought I'd seen it all. Like, I've seen chicks, like, guzzle jizz from a horse's cock.
Yep.
When I was with Patrice in Brazil.
I thought he was serious.
Wow.
Yeah,
Freezing.
thought you were serious. Was it this clip? Where she's getting shit in the mouth?
Yeah, and she fucking eats it, and she chews it, and swallows it, and acts like, and she looks into the camera, and I thought to myself, there might be, like, men with guns, like, going, no, you're going to eat shit, or else we're going to fucking chop your head off like a snuff film. But then she, like, she just goes back for more, like, she can't take it.
Yeah.
And what I want to know is, if you have any listeners that speak Japanese, when she's not screaming, if she yells anything like yum, or, you know, like, oh, like, she's got to say something in Japanese in that fucking mess of a bridal gown covered in shit.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
You know, actually, what she was saying, I don't speak Japanese, but it was translated. She was saying, tastes like chicken.
I like someone on Whack Bag said that the crinkle noise was the guy pissing at the same time.
Yeah.
Hitting the floor. And then, like, halfway through, the guy gets completely grossed out and just fucking jogs off of the set. Did you see that at the end?
Is that what is that what that noise is, Tinkle? I didn't see the video.
Jimmy, you of all people.
I know.
I only saw like 30 seconds. Of
Child's
that thing.
play.
Oh, you got to see it. It's so heinous.
I couldn't go.
The guy just keeps soft serving it up.
I couldn't go full feature. I just went with the preview. That was just, I don't know.
Then he just jogs off the set like a linebacker that tweaked a hammy and needs a sub.
Do you think that guy wanted to be an astronaut when he was young, growing up?
I think you kind of always have to want to grow up to shit on Asian Ghost Faces.
Yeah. No, he probably wanted to be an actor. Like John Woo film. He saw Chow Yun Fat. He's like, I could do that. Next thing you know, he's taking a dump in some girl's mouth for 50 yen. Or whatever they get paid.
Yeah.
50
What's
yen.
50 yen in American?
I don't know.
Hey, Jay, I got to take a leak really
penny.
bad.
Go ahead. I just called I'm a plug whore. I got a column up on SportsIllustrated.com.
Oh, what is it
Sports
about?
Illustrated. Jay's columns, I read them, very funny.
What's this?
Thank you, Anthony.
I like
the
him.
reader of the group.
What's the latest column about?
My take on the Super Bowl. I'm so tired of reading like Super Bowl recaps. So mine's like my weird take of Aaron Neville's fucking shit.
One of the best Jay Mohr Sports Illustrated columns I read was the website ones, where you wrote a whole thing on how teams that stink. You go to their websites and they cover up the fact that they're sucking ass that season by throwing in filler and trying to get people excited about the team. That was very well written.
And they have like the most expensive websites. It's like Foundry without the porn.
Well, give us
I like the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in big letters. It says "Watch it happen."
give us a little Give us a little something on the Super Bowl, Jay, without doing the whole column.
I kind of forget.
Well, they censored the Stones. That was ridiculous. The Stones are all pissed off because they censored 2 of the songs.
Yeah, they brought Mixed Mike down.
They censored the Stones, saying, now I'm just one of your cocks, and then I sit with my son watching the same channel, and I'm watching commercials about erectile dysfunction 5 times a night. That's great.
Yeah, that's what's so funny about America. None of this shit makes sense.
Well, Mick said, I'm one of your cocks. What do they expect?
No, but I once was one of your roosters. I was your main rooster, and I'm just one of your cocks.
Oh.
It's like actually a rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a little too close.
And then you make a dead man come. They
got to dump that.
Why?
I agree with that.
Because I looked at there are when you're doing the Super Bowl and you say I'm just another one of your cocks. There's certain times when they got to take a thing down. And that makes sense. That's almost like saying, "Hey, I was with my black friend. We saw some ghosts. What do you think of the spooks?" It's like it's a double entendre, but you can't. Certain things you just can't do. I'm not saying it's lovely, but it's the reality.
Take that censorship strip off of your nose.
No. But there's a reality to censorship.
Anthony?
Yes, Jay.
These are all blogs that Jimmy wrote on my ex-wife's MySpace page, by the way.
Oh, did you like that? I was surprised she actually kept it up.
Yeah.
What happened?
I helped Nicole do her MySpace page, and I wrote just to show her how to do it, and she left it up.
Oh, really?
It's very childish.
All right, Jay. So we'll go to Sports Illustrated and read your latest column there.
Yeah, and just I love you guys, and I get a lot of shit from whackbaggers about not calling in enough. And
we all do.
I just want you to know, 4:30 in the morning, I get up to take a nice deuce, and I go, you know what, I'm going to call these guys.
Hey, actually, before you go, what do you think of the NHL scandal that's starting to break?
I think it's great. It's about time because hockey sucks, Opie, and I know you love it, but it's for fags.
I like the hockey, especially with the new rules.
Any real hockey scandals besides the lockout? I mean, any kind of scandal? Because baseball's had its fair share of scandals.
Not really with hockey.
Football. But
what do you think of Gretzky's wife, though? What do you think's going on there?
I think she came with a lot of dough on her husband's team. I don't want my kid to grow up saying, I can't play. I didn't bring my skates. What kind of fucking sport is that? You got to get ice. You got to get water and then fucking freeze
that's
it.
why the Canadians
get water and freeze it.
That's why the Canadians are, as good as they are.
When you put it in those terms, it does sound like a very inconvenient game.
It is kind of ridiculous.
It's not like here's a ball, throw it. It's like wait, almost. Well, he drowned. It's not ready yet.
But that's why all the Canadians play hockey. They got the frozen water all over the place.
Yep.
I think it's ridiculous if you have a kid in America, especially a little further south, and you think your son your son has a chance of being a hockey star.
Yeah,
that's like what you got to be kidding.
Look, a hockey game score is like 2-1. If there was no goalies, it would be 10-9.
Yeah, I played hockey growing up, and we had to go to a rink at like 3 in the morning to get ice time.
Oof.
How do you ever get good at a sport when you can only get rink time at like 3 in the morning, like once a week, when these Canadians are playing every single day of their lives?
Out on a lake in their backyard.
Right.
Hey, Jimmy, are you performing anywhere coming up?
Oh, it's funny you should ask. Albany, February 24th, 25th. I'm going to have I have like a new thing. It's a dancing extravaganza that I close with.
Oh.
Where I have showgirls.
I like that.
Yes.
You sing torch songs?
Yes. It's a number, it's called Do the Ramsey. And we all put on cowboy hats, choke ourselves. God damn it, with my hand.
Connor Pearson isn't dead, and I'm sitting here right next to the guy. He's got fish in his diaper.
All right, I got to go time my leak.
All right, guys. God bless you.
Bye, Jay.
All right, Jay, take it easy, man.
Who wants to have a